Okay, this is a very different video than what I traditionally cover here on Farm Traveler, but there's a reason. So I've been doing this whole YouTube podcasting thing for years, and it's been a struggle. Creating content, looking up guests for the podcast, creating YouTube videos, and also like keeping up to date with the YouTube meta and social media. Like it feels like a full-time job, even though it's not, but at the same time, I have a different full-time job, and this is a side gig that I think is really fun, that I think is really cool, but it can be draining from time to time. And for a lot of us people on YouTube, especially like smaller creators, we don't really know how to navigate it. We don't really know when to stop pushing and when to take a break. And I finally have figured out when the right time to take a break is, and that's now. So essentially, I have an idea for any creators out there that are smaller, that haven't quote unquote made it yet. And here's that idea. That idea is slow down. And slow down now. Let me explain. Okay, so as a creator, we're always told like, we've got to hustle. We've got to work 24/7 to make YouTube videos, to make a podcast, to make social media content. And to a certain extent, it makes sense. We've got to make content. So one, it can get out there. But also two, like our first 100 videos, our first 100 podcast episodes are going to suck. So we need those reps so we can create better content. But at the same thing, a lot of content creators like myself, we're doing podcasts, YouTube videos, we're doing social media, we're doing newsletters, we're making a website. There's so much stuff. And we hear from so many creators to work 24/7, stay up late, get up early, hustle, 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 hustle. And really nobody's saying to kind of take a chill pill. And quite frankly, for all my content creator friends out there, you know what the hustle feels like. You're working day and night on creating your content. You're trying to make it. You're trying to hustle. You're trying to do it all these higher up people that have 100 million, maybe not 100 million, but they have a couple thousand or a million subscribers. You're trying to get to their level. You're trying to hustle. You're trying to make it. But it drives you crazy. It drives you and it drives so many people to burnout because they're putting in so much work, so much effort, but it's a lot slower than how you anticipated it. Here's my idea, something I'm going to practice this year in 2025, and that is to take it slow, to be more conscious about what content I'm creating, and making sure I don't burn out in the process. Okay, so I guess this is kind of like an outline of what I'm going to be doing and how creators like you watching can maybe replicate it. I'm going to be more conscious about what I'm creating. I'm really going to focus on two things, the YouTube channel and the podcast. That's it. Of course, I'm going to make social media posts, but I'm not going to let it drive me crazy the way that it has. Maybe you felt this way. You always got to stay up to date with the algorithm, with Instagram Reels, with TikToks, with Facebook, even with YouTube Shorts. Yeah. So I'm going to try to do a better job of paying attention to that content that I create, podcasts and YouTube, and make sure that one, I'm doing it in a healthy manner so I don't burn out, and two, that I'm really focusing on making sure that it brings value to the audience. Like before, it was just kind of like a shotgun approach. I would just throw stuff out there and see what sticks. But now I'm going to try to tell better stories in the content and really try to serve the audience more. So maybe you're a creator, maybe you've got a couple thousand subs, maybe you've got a couple dozen. Let me know what you think. Let me know how you're going to be conscious this year in 2025 on not getting burnt out, on understanding that we can make it slowly but surely, but really we've just got to focus on creating our content and not letting it get the best of us. So yeah, I know this was a very different video than others on here on Farm Traveler, but honestly, there's a lot of farmers and ranchers out there that are making content on YouTube, on Instagram, on Facebook. They're doing that in addition to a very demanding 24/7, 365 job. So I'm kind of inspired by them and kind of the whole content creation thing that I've been experiencing for the past 4 or 5 years. So yeah, let me know in the comments what you think. What's your process for creating content if you're a creator? And also, if you are just a consumer of content, like, do you even care about this stuff? Do you look to see how your favorite content creators are managing their content and managing their channels? Let me know. All right. Thanks for watching. I'll see you later here on Farm Traveler. Adios.